I'm a winner.
Jaguar F-Pace SVR. That's what I ride. It's a monster and sounds like a real tiger or lion or cat or whatever you want to call it when you start it. And half the fun driving these types of cars is that. However, the new EVs are coming along very nicely for the people who admire them. In the next video, I'll share my experience living with one of the hottest luxury line SUVs out there in the market these days, and that is Mercedes EQS. And how was it living with it for a few days? But the main concentration of my review or my video is not on run-of-the-mill reviews that you see. It's specifically talking about the interior, exterior, the charging experience, and overall some key features which will affect your daily driving and experience. So having said that, let's pick it up and see how you like the video. Hello everybody, this is Imran Jamil once again. Starting this review at night because guess what I'm driving? Something in nature that I don't like, but this is probably the best iteration of that. And what is it? It's the electric car again. And on a trip to Texas, specifically Houston, rented this beautiful, unbelievably classy Mercedes EQ450, which is their electric version. And this is probably, after a very long time, that I'm impressed by Mercedes interior quality. And a lot of people I know are gonna be shocked at what am I talking about, but please go ahead and try them out. Yeah, they are good cushy interiors, stylish interiors and everything, but the overall quality feel that you get in a BMW in general, comparatively in each class, is just not there in terms of the solid feeling. They're always like loose panels and noisy cracking sounds. It's just always some sort of quality issue that I've always noticed. And by the way, yesterday we got here and I rented a Mercedes GLE 350, the new one, and had the same issue.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your request. Please provide more details on what you would like me to do.
I would like you to stop. Just shut up. Sorry, I said the name M and it just picked it up. So that's the case with pretty much all cars these days. So
I'm
anyway,
here to assist. Please repeat.
Please, can you let me talk?
Of course. How can I assist you today?
Cancel. Okay. So, it's funny. I just wanted to start the review from its interior. It's just phenomenal. Not just in overall lighting and everything else, but actual quality. Each panel, each material is just meticulously staged, put together, and I usually bash electric cars, and this is no exception for the limitations it has. But overall, the driving feel also, I thought so far that the BMW iX XDrive50i that I test rode, I really liked it, but it was very plain Jane. This thing really drives well. It is heavy. You can feel the weight. There's no denying that. And it's not a sports car. But the overall solid, luxurious feel is fantastic. Seats, at least in this version, are just not up to the mark, in comfort at least. First of all, the cushion is a little short. And these are the things that I'm going to cover in during the daytime. But the main thing that I want to show is the seat controls. These buttons don't move. You just have to push them and they work. Yeah, they work, but they just don't move, and that's the part that I don't like. They're just not very intuitive, and but overall, otherwise, I think this is the pick. I haven't test ridden the Audi e-tron yet, but I already know that the quality is not going to be as good as this car. I just wanted to show how great it looks at night, and you know, you just slide this over, and then, you know, it's got the whole panoramic sunroof. Also, let me show you the exterior at night. The handles really light up beautifully. They're illuminated beautifully, and then obviously they're the ones that slide in once you lock the car. The overall exterior, the EQS 450 4MATIC, beautiful, and these wheels I'll show you in the morning. They are also fantastically done. So overall, I really love the shape, and even the front is very imposing yet elegant. All right, we'll pick it up in the morning. Still test driving the brilliant Mercedes EQS 450 Plus, the EV, and really, as I'm doing it, I'm liking it more and more. Another thing, just typical of all EVs, first of all, the driving experience is really something totally different. The luxury level in this car is beyond any EV that I have seen. It's not the most high performance ones out of all the EVs, but overall experience, believe me, I mean, this thing is like a dream to ride. The ride quality itself, suspension, the feel, the interior is probably the best in the Mercedes lineup. I think it surpasses S-Class by a large margin. It's certainly much better than the GLS 450. The materials, the overall integration is just phenomenal. I mean, usually the build quality is good overall, but generally Mercedes lately have been lacking in terms of precision of the craftsmanship versus Audi and specifically BMW. But this thing really surpasses them all. Another thing for the EVs is the regenerative braking. And in this, they have these pedals, left and right, plus and minus, and you can select the different modes. So like no regenerative braking, then the next one is intelligent. And this is fantastic. Like, this is like adaptive cruise control. It's actually utilizing the adaptive cruise control radar up front to manage your braking based on your traffic ahead of you. So if you keep it at that, you just don't have to worry about the traffic, and it can get as aggressive, and it can actually bring the car down to a full halt if the car in front of you stops. And this is pretty good. It's peppy at best. It's not lightning fast as some of the other SUVs, but it's got a powerful feel to it, and the overall acceleration, the handling, considering its weight, it's very heavy. You feel it, but that translates into quality. And then these wheels, as you can see, it's got all these Mercedes logos and everything, so they're very well laid out. It's not fully vented, or so there are some holes over here for cooling. And overall, I just love it. And let's see, I'm renting it right now, and I'm going to charge it now. It's at 60%, and the other thing is that it's got the super fast charging capability, which other than the Teslas, it's very hard to find. And then the flush handles, you'll see that at night they really come out, like, you know, they really illuminate well. So all in all, a great vehicle so far. Let's go and charge it as usual. Any EV that I ride or drive, that becomes a challenging part and a not so favorite part of mine. And the EV range for this one is, I think, 305 miles. which is not bad. So here's the question that I ask. So you see, the charge is $28.56. And it was about 57% when I started. So roughly, if I had to do the full thing from 0%, at least you're looking, if not double, you're looking at around $50. Is that the saving that everybody expects from EVs? This is pretty ridiculous to me, right? So the session cost, so charging is $28, the session cost is $6 and some cents. So having said that, I still am not understanding the science of the savings part. I mean, this is just a perception, nothing more. And I just don't like it. So far, the charging experience wasn't bad. It's pretty fast. I think about 35 or 40 minutes maybe. All right, viewers, so I hope that you made it this far. And I'm going to just conclude that review for the Mercedes EQS 450 Plus. Again, I'm not an EV person, as most of you know who watch my videos, but I give everything a chance. And I've seen the evolution, how nicely they're coming along. A couple of things that really strike me with this one is if I were to buy an SUV, EV, this would be it. Despite the lack of performance that other EVs provide, this one offers the luxury experience like no other. And you can even come, it's not just limited to EVs, it's for any car that I've ridden. If you want to better that, you may have to go to Bentley or something in terms of interior quality and solidity that you feel. But other than that, it was a good, decent vehicle. Some of the points and the pain points, I would say, again, is the charging. And as you saw in the video, that charging costs are increasing. So I'm not sure if we are going to see much more savings over the conventional vehicles. Yeah, the gas prices are up the roof, so you still save some. But the frequency with which you have to charge also must be taken into consideration, because the mileage and the ranges are not dramatically increasing, especially with a vehicle like this, which is totally focused on luxury and got every bell and whistle, which a buyer like me would really want if I want to spend that kind of money. But this vehicle is heavily discounted in the used car market, so that's another advantage for this. The ride quality is unmatched. The overall, and I'm comparing it with BMW iX, and ride-wise, Teslas don't even come close to it. Teslas obviously have an edge in range and performance. But then the overall experience, like, you know, the front, what they call, doesn't open. So you lose a lot of storage room, and it's a big vehicle. So that's a miss in my view. Some of the key components are where people debate about saving money. I don't think it's that significant in terms of gas versus EV charging if you don't have free charging available or cheaper charging, because it's getting expensive, you know. But the questions were that, okay, then how do you save money? You still save money going to an EV if that's the kind of person you are and you want to do around town driving, as well as some, I guess, day type trips where the areas that you're going in, just make sure that the chargers are there. Because in these vehicles, obviously, when you push them or you don't drive them in an ideal condition, in ideal ways, then the battery drains quite fast. But the real saving comes in terms of maintenance costs, like no oil changes, no belt changes, no maintenance, no engine, and above all, even the braking is just fantastic if you learn how to use regenerative braking. In this, they call it recuperative braking or something, which was very, very good. And I read some reviews or saw some reviews where they were saying it's not as good as Tesla. That's not right, because they have what they call an intelligent mode, which I showed, and you can see that with that you just don't have to worry about it. The car will just stop itself, and the best part is that if you have it engaged and you want to control it yourself, it'll let you do that without disengaging that.
Normally, what happens if you have these aids on and then you try to take over manually, the settings just shut them off. So overall, a great vehicle for an EV, very, very tempting. But if you do long rides and if you're not in the vicinity of chargers, like you're traveling in Midwest, you better watch out, because this, they claimed 305 miles. I saw some reviewers said 285, but 305 to 310 miles of range. And best part about this vehicle was that it was very, very accurate. And if you feathered it, it was relatively good. But I had to charge it all 3 days that I had it with me, because we were driving around a lot, and every time I was at 50%, I started getting that anxiety, because if I have to go 70-80 miles one way, I would want to charge it. And in Texas, that's where I was, chargers are not that frequent or that easily available as they are on the East Coast or West Coast or some other big cities. Having said that, it is a viable option if you are into EVs, and for some people who are considering to move to EVs and they have around town driving. So hopefully this video must have helped with some daily routine stuff that you're going to tackle with. Have a good one. Take care. If you like the video, please share, subscribe, and don't forget to press the bell icon. We'll continue to bring more. Thank you.